My name is Maurice Pizano. My pronouns are she and her, and Maurice is my preferred name. I've been partnered with Omnidian since 2019. I started as a contract employee for a couple years. So I've been officially with Omnidian since 2021. My starting title, I was a contract employee, and I started as a technical support associate, I believe. Right now, I am the program manager of residential operations. So in 2019, I started as a contract employee partnered with Omnidian. At that time, they were still standing up a lot of their operations and what their business product line was. When I got partnered with them, they were really needing support in responding to different inquiry types that were coming in. That could be customers' requests for service, that could be billing, leasing questions. They had an idea and a dream, and I think the operations kind of came after it. So when I had started with them, trying to get my footing on what it was that we do and our product, it was ambiguous. I have to admit, there was a lot of unknowns and kind of just things just trying to get off the ground. At that point, I think Omnidian was either I must have been like 3 years old at that time frame. So still new, still kind of learning the ropes of their product and getting their clients managed. They also had a high volume of inquiries come in with a very small staff to help support it. So really me coming in hands-on as a contractor was just to help reduce the noise and get us back into a steady state. So that's a little bit about like how I started. As far as how I grew in my career and stepped into leadership, I've had several titles since being with Omnidian. Again, first I was a contract employee, then I became a full-time employee as a customer service lead. So I was helping support our technical support manager, lead the teams, but a lot of my focus was on operations that was related to navigating different processes when it comes to like documenting in SOPs, or maybe different tools that we use like FlowEQ, or maybe it was about advocating for different automations or triggers to be implemented in our CRM at that time. And at that point, I was willing to just say yes to all of it so I can get exposed. And frankly, the need was there. We didn't have a lot of support available to us to help really implement change in a way that would help our teams be more productive and more efficient with their time, and allow us to keep our case volume low with the small staff that we had. So really, there was an opportunity. There was limited availability for someone to step into that opportunity. And really, it came down to like a hustle mindset of, we need this done, let's get it done, and let me figure out what I need to learn so that I can fill that gap for us. And over time, that led me to future opportunities to then become a customer support manager and then into a program manager role. A lot of my background is centered around customer experience and retail management. So I've been in different settings with different businesses where I've helped stand up stores, close down stores, retrain teams to turn them around, bringing them from like a low producing store into a top 10 store. That's a lot of what my experience has been, is turning teams around, turning numbers around. And so being able to apply some of the skills that I have attained throughout my career and apply that to Omnidian was awesome. And I think Omnidian was the best space for me to really just like explore and learn what I can do, learn more about the systems that we use, the tooling that we use, and figure out how we can use those tools and systems to benefit us, to reduce our headcount, to increase productivity, and be more efficient, consistent with the data that we are documenting within our cases. And really, it was just kind of the perfect storm of skill, opportunity, and willingness to do something different and learn that information so that I can be beneficial to our teams. Prior to me becoming a program manager, my role previously was to be a direct manager to support folks' growth and development, which I love. That's always been a passion of mine, seeing people reach their best potential and strive for new areas of growth that they probably didn't foresee themselves in, and just creating that change for others to kind of pioneer in their own areas. That is something that brings me so much fulfillment. And so, in tandem of being a people manager, I was also facilitating, supporting our CRM at the time, which was Zendesk, and contributing to different like automations, triggers, different rules that our system used to document different data points within case life cycles. Also, assisting on different tooling that helps us process cases at a faster rate. And so I found myself navigating the line. One area, I am a people manager, I'm coaching and developing people. And on the other hand, I'm focusing on tools, processes, and ways that our system can help and enhance the agent experience. What I was finding was that this opportunity to really focus on tooling and processes is its own path and is a full-time role. So much so, those I was supporting, I had to reduce my time spent with them. One, they were in a steady state that I could do that. But two, I needed to get some capacity back so that I can begin to focus more in this area. And over time, it allowed us to realize the level of effort and the time that goes into sustaining these systems. I was also faced with the opportunity to migrate CRMs from Zendesk to Salesforce. And really, the main stakeholder who understood our system in and out and knew what we needed was me, because I was put into a position to help sustain that system as a support person within Resi Ops. So a lot of that knowledge management had come down to me to be able to help facilitate what building this new CRM looked like with our Salesforce developers, with our product teams, our engineers, etc. So again, I'm going to circle back to opportunity and having the right skills and being in the right place at the right time to really speak to that. It was evident that type of work would be absorbing a majority of my capacity, and I would no longer be able to support these individuals directly. And what that allowed for me to do is create a new role that allows me to fully focus on that and extend the way that I lead. So I may not be directly impacting or leading individuals daily as someone who may report to me, but I do it in a different way. So instead of directly supporting downward, I'm now directly supporting outward. And so that helps me work with different folks throughout different departments, different leaders within different organizations within our whole company. While my influence has changed from being a direct people manager, I've been able to expand it outwardly so that we can reach many folks and not just a few folks who would report to me. I would say I was most benefited by people who trusted me to ask for help when I needed to and let me explore my creativity and my ideas in a way that allowed for ownership around it. I also believe my ability to communicate and influence is directly related to a lot of the training that Omnidian has offered when it comes to fierce feedback and nonviolent communication. Those are two trainings that have completely changed the way that I communicate, even in my personal life, but absolutely in my professional life. I find that I'm able to not necessarily win people over, but make sure that when I'm working with someone, I am communicating with them and we're in this conversation together. It allows us to both make sure that we are coming as our authentic selves. I fully believe any problem can be solved with a good conversation, and some of that conversation requires listening. Sometimes it doesn't require talking at all. And sometimes it requires being uncomfortable and saying the most uncomfortable thing that you can think of. And from that comes a lot of great ideas or opportunities to help solution for, even if the solution isn't there in the moment. But those trainings that I had while with Omnidian were absolutely instrumental. And also, I think just kind of working with great people too sharpens you when you're working with people who are their authentic selves and who are candid and who try diligently not to conform to the corporate stereotypical norms really provides a space for it provided a space for myself to be my authentic self and show up as myself. And I am someone who cares deeply. I'm someone who's super curious, who likes to ask questions, who likes to understand the root issue of a problem so that we can figure out how we can solve it. And being around people who've allowed me to be me without these guards or these expectations of you need to be like this or look like this or talk like this and allow me to show up has really allowed for me to grow instrumentally within my career and just as a person in the way that I show up in the world too. I would say that my quality of being curious and someone who is interested in understanding the root cause of a problem gets rewarded in many ways. I think rewards are different to every person. I think that I get rewarded in a way where I'm able to explore a career in problem solving and be able to understand, be able to use that to understand root causes of be it agent's experience or customer's experience that may not necessarily be positive. And it allows me to kind of figure out how we can make that better, whether it be through a system tools or process or just a conversation with an agent who needed some coaching, right? So I would say that's something that rewards me in that way, being able to, again, just kind of use my skill set and my strength in that way. One of the biggest learning moments I've had during my time with Omnidian, from being a contract employee to then a full-time employee to then a program manager, I would say, is if you're not advocating or telling the story about yourself, no one else will. And so you may be someone who's doing a great job, who's pushing paper, who's getting stuff done. You have high metrics, but if you're not the one advocating for yourself and spotlighting that, you're just doing great work behind the scenes. And so what I've had to learn is to learn how to tell the story about my effort and how I contribute to things that help progress our company forward. And since I've learned that skill and learned that that is just a part of being an employee in any company, it's helped earn the trust and respect of my peers, my leaders, and it helps those on the front line understand what's going on behind the scenes that's helping support them in their day-to-day. I would say the 3 words that come to mind that describe Omnidian would be welcoming. We have the best people that work here, honestly. Transformative. We are doing something different and unique that hasn't been done before within our industry. And challenging. Do hard work that people have never done before. And so trying to figure out what that looks like without a roadmap can be difficult, but it is so rewarding being a part of this team to pioneer and make that happen for us. I would say for those who are interested in becoming a manager or maybe creating their own role, the best advice I can give to you is to practice doing the work. I think it is so easy to get in our heads about the scope that we allow ourselves to be in. Maybe it's because of a pay discrepancy or a title discrepancy. Maybe it's pride. I know I've struggled with that in my career in the past, and where it's like, I'm not getting paid to do that actually, or that's above my pay grade. While that thought process is true, it is very limiting. So my encouragement would be, if you find opportunity to step in and fill a gap or fill a need, take that opportunity. If you find the opportunity to get mentorship or to learn more about a specific role or process, ask those questions. You would be surprised how many people are really open to yapping your ears off and pouring into you if you just ask. And so I would say the best advice is to get out from under yourself and figure out how you can fill a gap. If you see a need, fill it immediately and learn how to do a great job. Don't just fill a hole to fill a hole. Do a great job at making sure that whatever it is that you're applying your effort and time to, you do it in a great way and to your best effort with what you have available to you. And once you start applying yourself and doing that work, engage with your manager or leader or those who can help support you as a mentor, so that they understand how your role is expanding, what you contribute to, and what the effect of it is, right? If you can measure your success or your value and you can quantify that to either time or money, which are the same thing, by the way, then that's going to help you sell your role to a company or to a team or to a manager.